Hello. Welcome to the Esoteric Empire, and we're doing another installment of the Food for Thoughts series. Today we're going to be focused on why Sagittarius is considered the optimistic sign or the lucky sign. So if you look up Sagittarius, there is a lot of archetypes, or there's a lot of symbolic representations that people will attach to Sagittarius. For example, one archetype of Sagittarius is Santa Claus. There's some other ones that I can't think of at the top of my head. So why is this? Why is Sagittarius considered the optimistic or lucky sign? To really understand that, we have to look at the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is somewhat of the mother or father or parent host of this sign, okay? Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is an enormous planet, if you know anything about Jupiter. So let's talk about the characteristics. Huge. It's a gas planet. It has so many things happening on its surface. It also has a very, very big gravitational pull. And this is something that I kind of just, I don't know, I was thinking about it in deep thought, and then I was like, that's what it is. It's the gravitational pull. Sagittarius as a sign is known to be the lucky symbol, and even Jupiter itself represents luck and abundance when it comes to the days of the week, okay? That's why it rules Thursday, which is the day of abundance. So in regards to that, the gravitational pull is how you can imagine Sagittarius as a person, especially a Sagittarius sun sign, because that's their actions, or even a Sagittarius rising, or maybe a Sagittarius north node. These are really beautiful placements, or even Jupiter in any of these placements, right? These are really beautiful for having a certain type of outlook that is naturally optimistic, because Jupiter it takes up so much space that, you know, in a literal sense here physically, it's going to allow you to be able to, you know, experience good and bad because it's just that big. They understand that life is always going to be happening. You can't escape life. You can't turn one way and then there's no life force there unless you die. And so the energy of Jupiter with its gravitational pull, it naturally attracts everything. So I feel like Sagittarius people have this innate ability to understand this is just a part of life, which is where the optimism comes in. Like, it's a bad moment, but it's not going to be like this forever. And then also, just as they understand that you're going to have bad moments, they naturally pull those good moments to them as well. And so this creates this balance that they truly understand. There's also a lot of spiritual philosophers that I feel like have a lot of Sagittarian energy, especially in the sense of maybe like Buddha, or people who focus in on understanding life is just what it is. And understanding the thing that you can control is how you go through life, the mood you have through life, because you're going to have that balance of good and bad, that duality. And so if you look at a lot of Sagittarius people, especially if they're balanced, they naturally have this way of always smiling, or having this sense of kind of like a peace within themselves to a certain degree that kind of allows them, it gives them the freedom to search outside of themselves as well as inside of themselves. And again, that goes with that Jupiterian size, which, you know, you could walk all around Jupiter if you wanted to, you know, hypothetically speaking, and you still wouldn't get anywhere. So it's like you're just walking wondrously, and that's what Sagittarius does in the most positive way, I feel. They walk through life just wanting to know, just wanting to see what they come across, and that's that adventurous spirit as well. And they also are mutable fire, which means that their passion, their ambition, their courage, their energy, it's able to be tuned up or tuned down because they're mutable, which is also another aspect of the wisdom that they have. They know sometimes you got to go full force, and sometimes you just got to let life do its thing too, life take its course as well. There's this aspect of wisdom as well as the duality of being curious and new and fresh and kind of foolish sometimes, because they allow life to teach them. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, there is this energy of sometimes they get led by life and they don't think they know everything, which is why they're constantly learning. That's where that philosophical energy of Sagittarius comes into play. And I feel like when you're willing to let go and willing to experience, you naturally will go get these good moments. You'll naturally learn things. And that's the luck that comes with it, because life is going to give you the lemons that you want to squeeze, you know? And with all of that being said, it doesn't mean that Sagittarius is always happy or they always know that everything's going to be okay. But there is a sense of them allowing life to do what they do, and also understanding the ego is not as big as life itself. And I think that's kind of innate as well. And I think it shows up in how they do things or how they respond to things. And it's just a very interesting sign. I have a lot of Sagittarius people in my life, and I have a lot of experience with them. And one common thread with them, even though, you know, you're more than your sun sign, they're very open, just like wanting to know, or maybe they don't understand it, but they're open. And I think that's a very beautiful quality that a lot of signs don't have the luxury of. They have to learn how to do that. And I feel like to be born with that, you know, openness is beautiful. It could get you in some trouble sometimes, but you know, that's with any sign. So yeah, that was just my little dissertation on the Sagittarius sign. You know, I wing these videos, and whenever I feel something, I just come and talk about it, kind of just dumping my brain, you know. And if I have anything else that comes to mind, or if I come to another realization and put two and two together, you guys know I'll make a part 2, or I'll talk about it in another video. Feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like these type of discussions. And yeah, this has been another food for thoughts. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on the flip side.